Hi all, welcome to part 2. Let's build a tank. So there's been a bit of a mishap. These often happen on projects, but it's just the way it goes. So if you remember in the last video, I had kept all these as separate assemblies so I could paint them up and weather them, and then add them into the vehicle. Well, when I applied layers of Worn Effects from AK, it reacted with the paint that I had laid, which was a silver paint. So I'd filmed it all up to that point, and it reacted and it began to kind of create various discolorations, and as much as I tried to spray over it with new layers, it kept coming through, as in these watermarks. So I'm just going to button up this vehicle. We're going to leave the interior alone, and we'll tackle painting interiors in a different how to build video that we might do in the future. I'm planning maybe to do it with a Tamiya or a Dragon kit, we'll see. So we're just going to keep going and not allow that mishap to ruin our day. Now, because we're not doing the interior, this is not going to be as complex a build, though we will be doing the same type weathering techniques using a different method. I'm not going to use Worn Effects. Well, I kind of don't want to use it again after that, but I have a feeling it went wrong. So for scratching, what we're going to do is the old-fashioned way, just how we layer our paint, and maybe even use liquid mask for actual like abrasions, but we'll cover that in a later video. We won't concern ourselves with it right now, so we're going to keep working. So always test to fit your models to see how the parts fit in. Makes life easy. Okay, here we go. I'm going to add the turret roof. This should be a very quick build from here on in. So that's good. We'll be able to pick up the next video, part 3, with the painting and weathering of this vehicle, which will be brilliant. So I don't want to make these too long. So just again, I'm just cleaning up the parts as I showed earlier in part 1. Not really to it. Take your sanding stick. Get everything quick clean. Unfortunately, I don't think this is in shot, but oh well, what can you do? Just want to readjust my angle here a little bit and bring it back up there. You should be able to see it better now. That's a good thing about these kits. Even though I play 40k, I'm not the biggest fan of GW. I think their products are very overpriced for what they are and how they're engineered, but however, they do build pretty straightforward kits. Plastic can be a bit heavy at times and a bit thick, but oh well, beggars can't be choosers, so they say. And there we have it. So almost snaps fit together. Again, I'm just going to do a quick kind of dry fit. I'm going to leave this piece loose. These are meant to be 2 separate doors for the top element here, but I haven't glued these. I've glued these together. I'm actually going to leave it loose. I might actually come back and magnetize these at a later date, and the reason for that is so I can quickly show you. It comes with the turret ring mount for the Razorback, so I can take that off, replace it with this one, and mount a spare Razorback turret. So it's just a nice handy way of giving you a little bit of option which type of vehicle you want. Okay, so just going to remove these and then apply some glue. I'll be a little bit liberal with the amount of glue I apply, just for the fact that this model is going to be a wargaming piece, so it's going to go through a little bit of handling. something that has to be considered. So if you are a wargamer or a 40k player and you're following along with this, do kind of make sure that if this is a gaming piece that you're working on, make sure you give yourself plenty of glue just to secure the joints, or this model will not break. Now it's a big box of models, very sturdy. So there we have it. The top plate's on. There's an armoured fission port which I'm going to leave separate so I can paint underneath it, and then I'll pose that as I wish later. Okay, we'll move on. Again, we're almost there now. This model is about 80% finished. So I'm going to remove the armoured cover for the fission ports, which is just like a simple little piece that'll fit in here. You can model it open or shut. It's a cool little feature. Okay, and I want to add one thing I like about GW is that their casting plugs are bloody enormous. It can actually be hard to remove parts because the cast plug on the sprue is absolutely, it's so thick that your cutters can't even get into it. But that's just how it is. They pick this thick plastic for a reason, I guess, just to make it strong. I'm also then going to go ahead and remove the crewman piece and the mount for the storm bolter, which is like a coaxial machine gun. And the commander. There we have it. Okay, sorry, I just lost my train of thought there a little bit, so I was just looking at parts. Gives me a few different types of hatches. Okay. And then take the parts for the storm bolter. And there we are, so just removing all our parts. Might even just have my fake a little bit different. I'm going to remove the other hatch and I'm going to mount it beside it, so you can kind of get the desired effect, because most people will mount a rocket or kind of like a tracking computer. I'm not going to bother, for some fact being is I don't want to spend that many points on an APC that's going to get absolutely wiped out of it. Yeah, there we have it. So do a little cleaning. So I'm going to clean all these parts up and we'll be back in a second. There's no point boring you. So catch you in a second. Hi all, welcome back. So we have the Rhino assembled, ready for painting. A few things of note. So I left this loose like I mentioned before, so I can switch out its armaments. It's not necessary, so only as I'm using it for a gaming piece. Left the head off the gunner, or assistant driver, so I can paint that separately in OSL. It's his lens on his helmet, and then I added, just to make it a little bit different, I had a spare storm shield, or whatever the hell the dreadnought shields are called, sanded it down and mounted on the rear of the troop access hatch, if you will. Just add a bit of character. So what we're going to do next for part 3, because I don't want this to be too long, which is just going to be part 3, probably be the most interesting article or episode of the lot. We're going to prime everything with Vallejo Surface Primer Black, and I'm going to go painting and weathering this up, and hopefully by the end of episode 3 we'll have this completely finished and weathered. So thanks for watching, stay safe, happy modelling, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye bye.